What is observer design pattern? In our day-to-day activities, we come across several use cases where observer design pattern is implemented, like stock market price monitoring, cricket scoreboard where an observer subscribes to a particular subject like World Cup or an IPL match scores, and the subject approves the subscription. Like this, there can be n number of observers, and any change in the score will be notified to all the observers automatically. And if a observer unsubscribe from the subject, then any further changes will not be notified to that observer. Let's jump into code and check how to implement it in Java. We will create a observer interface and have abstract method update and another abstract method subscribe, which takes an input subject, that is board. This board can be of anything like IPL board or World Cup board or tennis World Cup board or like basketball, any games or like chess. Let's create an interface board and then public abstract method register a observer obj and another abstract method unregister a observer who doesn't want to receive any further notification. Then we will have our main method notify observer and another method get updates so that any observer can explicitly call for current status. Next, we will implement the observer class and override update and subscribe method. We'll come to this later. In overloaded constructor, we will take input the name of the observer and assign it to the private variable name. And in update method, we will call the respective board class get update method. Since it is of type object, we will typecast it to string and assign it to message msg variable. If message is null, print no new message. Else print the observer name consuming message, the message msg. And in subscribe method, we will override and assign it to this dot board, means the observer wants to subscribe to which subject or board. Let's create a scoreboard and implement board. Override all the methods Now in constructor, we will initialize observer with empty array list. We will create variable message and a boolean field changed to track if any new message is posted. In register, we will check if observer is null. Then throw error. Else, if observer is not present in the list, then add it. And in unregister method, just remove the observer from the list. In getUpdate method, we will return the latest message. We need to post new message. For this, we will take message string as an input and print message msg is posted and assign it to this dot message. Set this dot changed to true and call notify all to notify all the observers. In notify all, we will check if no changes are found, then return. Else, first set the change to false and then loop all the observers and update each observer. So it in turn will call observer implementation update method, and if that board has message, then it will print out the message. Let's create a class where new message can be posted. We will name it as observer pattern class. We'll create a scoreboard as b, new scoreboard, and then observer1 with name observer1. And couple of other observers, observer2 and observer3. We'll register the observer to the scoreboard. And subscribe the observer to the subject, that is the scoreboard. This is actually a both-way handshake. Next, if a observer wants any update, the message should be null because no new message has been posted. Yes, we can see that observer 1 requested, but no new message. If we post a message, IPL run 154 by 7 and run the application, we can see that message is broadcasted to all the observers. Why observer 3 didn't receive the message? Okay, typo. I forgot to register observer 3. Now it's working fine. If I unregister observer 2, it should not receive any new message. So we can see that IPL run 176 by 9 is not emitted to observer 2. This is how observer design pattern works, where a subject emits a new message or changes to observers subscribe to it. That's all for this tutorial. See you again in another design pattern tutorial. Hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to CodeSpace for upcoming tutorials.